Hello, my name's Robyn Harris. I'm from Lynbrook Primary School. I'm the Year 5 coordinator here and the Tell Them From Me survey coordinator. This year is our third year of conducting the Tell Them From Me survey. Earlier this year our students conducted the survey. We have collected the data, we've received our reports and analysed our reports. Today is all about presenting that information to my management class. So the principal and the vice principals, along with our leading teachers, will be visiting and listening to our presentation, which will include looking at all the information that has been collected. We can't get much better than that. Obviously, 96% of children believe that education is important. And that's the kids, not the parents. That's the kids being able to say that I go to school each day to make sure that in the future I have a better education. Our students today will also be part of our forum. So this afternoon they'll be coming in and we'll be presenting some of the information to them. The information that we present to them is based on our discussion from this morning. So hopefully we'll develop some key questions and we'll identify some areas that we would like to improve or know more about. We'll take that information to our students and hopefully they'll enlighten us as to what we can improve on within our school. In the past, our students have identified some key areas for improvement. So in 2014, it was identified that our toilet areas were not a pleasant place. So within that year, we put down some rules and we modified our toilets to ensure that it was a cleaner, safer and more accessible area. We painted lines on the ground to say no play areas. We placed better soap areas in and we changed the locks to ensure that all children felt safe when they were using the toilets. We also in 2015 received an Alana and Madeline chair, which is the buddy friendship chair. So our children, when they're feeling insecure, sit on that chair and someone comes along and says, are you feeling a little bit insecure? Would you like to come and play with me? The children in the 2015 survey identified that that was an area that they would like to build on, and therefore we are looking at developing a stronger buddy chair system. So we'll within the next 2 years we'll place more chairs within our school to ensure that the children are utilising this facility.
What I found from that today, it really put forward 2 points that we wanted to address with the staff to show them, and one of them sort of indicated that children, there was about quite a high percentage of children who said that they felt that the work wasn't challenging. So it was actually, there was expectations, but they could have that. So it helped us to sort of think about taking that back to teachers and addressing that in a staff meeting, like what are we going to do for those kids? And it came back to us thinking about the teaching model that we've developed here, and we'd like to talk about those learning intentions, but also how do you structure that lesson so it's dynamic enough to hit that point for all students. And one of the other things that came up from the survey was it was very high for the number of students who said that sometimes their teacher takes time to talk to them in one of the questions that we ask. And it brought up the focus that we'd like to look at that feedback and how you do it. And we've developed the idea that we should have a advocacy group of teachers that we can sort of trial ideas through with the teaching model and how to structure their lessons to target the learning across the learning continuum, but also how can they give feedback in more particular. So this advocacy group of teachers will get a chance to explore that next term before we then take that to the whole staff.
I love how if you do this survey, you can express your feelings so no one else will see it. So it's very private and anonymous.
And you can be very truthful because nobody else will judge you because nobody else sees your answers or who they're by.
Well, we're looking forward to see what everyone else has said about our school and see what we can improve on in our school. I believe that our school is a very healthy school, and I'm very happy that we have been introduced to the Tell Me From Me survey so we can express it. So our changes that we have had lately is we have a school rock band, and that has changed, meaning we have now singers, we have a school rock band, we have a choir, we have a singing group, and we have after school activities at the school. So
Everyone works together.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us and the teachers are a lot, they take into consideration what people have said, so they actually improve themselves as well.
And like on the survey, well, some people may say that they've been bullied, so we try and help them we now have a friendship seat, so if anyone's feeling a little bit upset, they'll go sit on that, and if anyone notices that someone's sitting on that seat, they'll go and ask them to play with them, so they'll be a lot happier.
So today is all about having a discussion based on what you told us. This morning, all your teachers have been in a meeting. From what you told us, we got lots of information, and there's some things in there that are just amazing. Before lunch, we're going to ask you a series of questions. No answer is wrong. And then after lunch, we're going to talk about how we can make our school a little bit better, what you guys can do to make it better, and what you'd like to see change. So a couple of years ago, we changed the toilets, and then we put in the Yolanda and Madeline chair, friendship chair. Today, hopefully you're going to come up with something that'll make a change. What we'll do is we're going to present you with some questions. We're going to give you some time to talk on your tables. We've got some paper here. We'd like you to write some things down. One of the teachers will be at each table to hear your conversation. Okay. We'll have about 5 minutes for each, and then we'll come back as a big class and talk as one big class.
That like not many people want to do lunchtime clubs, so some people would do lunchtime clubs if there were like new clubs that were more fun and more interesting for those people. So my idea was to do like technology and ICT type things. So instead of just doing like ICT, what they usually do in class, you could do maybe create your own website, maybe make an iPad game.
I learned that actually some people didn't really have friends. So then me and my group made up this idea of the friend maker. So mostly it can be anyone who wants to help, so it doesn't have to be grade 6s. It can be just anyone, and they can wear a vest. And when they go to a friendship seat, or if we had more friendship seats, then they actually can tell, hey, do you want to be my friend? Or just play with them and maybe introduce them to new people to make them play with more.
Well, I learned that because kids don't really have friends, well, maybe they could have like different friends from different age groups that they could just sit down and chat to like every now and then. So I came up with the idea because we had the friendship chair, maybe a friendship circle, like a campfire, and then it's like they go sit down, then another person might go sit down, and then they could just talk, and then they might just become friends. So it's an easy way to make friends and be happy at school.
Well, it definitely met my expectations because it proves that Miss Harris and you guys put a lot of effort into coming up with solutions to our answers, and it's just really weird to know how many people are getting bullied, but it's good that we can try and fix it.
I think that today was highly worthwhile. I think we got a lot out of actually asking the kids to tell us what they wanted, and I think you would agree that the discussions held and the conclusions that we've come to are ones that we didn't see coming. The information that we got was highly relevant, but the tangible things that we're going to change within our school were suggestions that we hadn't thought of, but the kids thought of them, and they'll be fantastic.
These kids, I think, came in today. I was amazed with their how articulate they were, and I was also amazed with how honest they were, and the fact that they actually were taking it quite seriously.
I think because we've said you started off by saying, you know, congratulations, you are leaders in our school, and that you've got an important role to play. So I think that set the idea that, okay, you're representing the rest of the school here, so you have a responsibility.
They came in thinking we're here to make a difference. As a classroom teacher, I heard so much that I have no idea about, so it made me a lot more aware of what goes on.
I think the physical survey can take you so far, but this discussion just makes it go deeper and deeper until you really get to the actions and what we can really do to make a difference. So that was what I found from the day, that actually getting children to verbalise why they answered certain responses make it a lot easier for us to develop actions.
If you only acted on the data, it would be the wrong thing to do. So to interpret it and act on what the children have said is probably a much stronger outcome.
How many teachers attended here? One per table, and we were part of their conversation. So today was about, now we're listening. And I think they'll go away thinking something's going to happen for us. So
and
the
that
next
will be
step
sent
is to
to the
make
community.
something happen. Make sure something comes of this and it just doesn't disappear.
I think with a tell them from me, it's probably a slower process, but I think the biggest difference is us perhaps making a more meaningful use of that junior school council. I mean, in the past we've got junior school council. Well, they might do a couple of free dress days and collect money, but this time they're actually seeing that they've got a voice, and I can see that growing. I think at the moment it's still in its infancy, but the information we've had from our forum today, that, oh wow, we've had teachers who go, I didn't know the kids felt like that, or I can see a little thing we can do. So it might be just changing the yard duty system, which might be something that the children want. But I think it's a growth. It's not at the moment a huge change, but I can see it's at a lasting change.